Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to English session. In today's session, we are going to learn about a very interesting poem by Sir Walter Scott, and the name of the poem is Lochinvar. Before I could read out the poem, first let me tell you about Sir Walter Scott. He was born in the year 1771 and died in 1832. Sir Walter Scott was an excellent storyteller both in prose and in poetry. In this popular ballad, he tells us how in olden days brave young men in Scotland possessed the necessary dash and pluck to do extraordinary things. This is a ballad. Ballad means you can say a song sung in the glory of a person, right? To appreciate the person's valor, or you can say bravery of the person. There are many ballads sung in the name of great historians, right? In the name of great soldiers, right? Those who are martyrs, freedom fighters, kings, noblemen. So ballad means a song sung in the glory of that person. So this is a ballad about Lochinvar. Lochinvar is a fighter, you can say, right? He's a king, very valiant king. So his narrative poems fascinate the reader by their gripping action, stirring measure, and imaginative appeal. This poem, after reading this poem, you'll come to know what a language, right? What a lucid language Sir Walter Scott has used. So, love and courage go together. Do you agree? Discuss in pairs. Children, it is rightly said that everything is fair in love and war. This poem is actually giving the same message, because in this poem, the love and war are they are the contrast ideas. They are brought together by Sir Walter Scott. Lochinvar is a young and dashing, brave soldier, or you can say king of Scotland, and he has come to Netherby Gate, right? Or you can say he has come to England, right? From Scotland, he has come to England for his beloved, Beloved. Beloved means his girlfriend, you can say, and he wanted to take her with him. Actually, this is the event of her marriage, and how much daring he is. Just imagine, he is taking her on his horse and he is going from there. There are so many people, her father, her brothers, relatives, and that bridegroom himself is there, but nobody could stop him. He is so brave. He elopes, E-L-O-P-S. Elopes means runs away with her on his horse, right? Nobody could stop him. This is all about the poem. In this poem, young Lochinvar's qualities are mentioned, how brave he was, how stately he was, right? Stately means very rich, right? Glamorous, you can say. So let me read the poem aloud for you first, then I will explain each stanza. Write down all the new words as and when I explain. Take your notebook and pen with you. Write down short meaning of each stanza as and when I explain. Let me read the poem for you aloud. Oh, young Lochinvar is come out of the west. Through all the wide border his steed was the best, and save his good broadsword he weapons had none. He rode all unarmed, and he rode all alone. So faithful in love and so dauntless in war, there never was knight like the young Lochinvar. He stayed not for brake, and he stopped not for stone. He swam the Iski river where ford there was none. But ere he alighted at Netherby Gate, the bride had consented, the gallant came late. For a laggard in love and a dastard in war, was to wed the fair Ellen of brave Lochinvar. Third stanza. So boldly he entered the Netherby hall, among bridesmen and kinsmen and brothers and all. Then spoke the bride's father, his hand on his sword, for the poor craven bridegroom said never a word. Oh, come in peace here, or come in war, or to dance at our bridal, young Lord Lochinvar? I long wooed your daughter, my suit you denied. Love swells like the Solway, but ebbs like its tide. And now am I come with this lost love of mine, to lead but one measure, drink one cup of wine. There are maidens in Scotland, more lovely by far, that would gladly be bride to the young Lochinvar. The bride kissed the goblet, the knight took it up. He coughed off the wine and he threw down the cup. She looked down to blush and she looked up to sigh, with a smile on her lips and a tear in her eye. It took her soft hand, ere her mother could bar. Now trade we a measure, said young Lochinvar. So stately his form and so lovely her face, that never a hall such a galliard did grace. While her mother did fret and her father did fume, and the bridegroom stood dangling his bonnet and plume. And the bridemaidens whispered, 'twere better by far to have matched out fair cousin with young Lochinvar. One touch to her hand and one word in her ear, when they reached the hall door and the charger stood near. So light to the crow the fair lady he swung, so light to the saddle before her he sprung. She's won, we are gone, o'er bank, bush and scot. They'll have fleet steeds that follow, quoth young Lochinvar. There was mounting monk, Grimes of the Netherby clan, Fosters, Fenwicks and Musgraves, they rode and they ran. There was racing and chasing on Kenobi Lee, but the lost bride of Netherby never did they see. So daring in love and so dauntless in war, have I ever heard of gallant like young Lochinvar? So this is the poem, Lochinvar. Friends, the words might be hard to understand, but once you understand what is the story of Lochinvar, what is the story actually? This is a ballad, this is a story of Lochinvar's great victory, right, on the England's king. This is the war of without weapons, right? This is a war, this is a battle without weapons. This is a war of love, you can see. This is a battle of love where Lochinvar wins. He is all alone and there are so many enemies. And the bride actually, the young bride who has given her permission, who has given her consent to marry another king who is not as brave as Lochinvar, as strong as Lochinvar, and finally she feels that Lochinvar is a perfect match and she runs with him. And the story ends with their elopement, E-L-O-P-E-M-E-N-T. Elopement means running away, right? The couple runs. He takes her with him and finally the love wins and the power is defeated. This is a story of how love wins over the power. Lochinvar comes alone, right? He is from Scotland. This is a story of This is a very old story, you can say Walter Scott's poem, when there were wars for the women, for the brides, there were battles, you might have seen there were contests, right? Swayamvara was very prevalent in those days. In Swayamvara, there was a very hard test for the kings, for the prince, and then the one who is very brave, he would finally wins the contest, and ultimately he wins the bride or the princess, you can say, and then both of them get married. This was a custom. Nowadays girls are given the freedom. They are given the freedom to choose their you can say spouse, or their suits, suits, suits. And in olden days the girls were not given the right to choose their suits, so it was, they were at the mercy of their fathers or the customs, the society, rituals, you can say. So let me read the stanza. Oh, young Lochinvar is come out of the west. Is come out. Is come out means he has come. Right? Actually, he has come from the border of England and Scotland. Border. Which border is mentioned here? Through all the wide border, his steed was the best. His steed means his horse. Whenever I am giving you the words, I hope you are writing them down. Steed means horse used in the battle. Steed, strong horse used in the battle. So young Lochinvar is very young, right? Maybe in his 20s, and he has come out of the west. Where had he come from? He had come from the western part of the Scotland, right? Through all the wide border, his steed was the best. His horse was the best runner, you can say. And so was Lochinvar. Lochinvar is a very great soldier. He's a great warrior. He's a great fighter. There will not be any fighter like him in Scotland. Right? So maybe this is a real story or maybe an imaginary story. But it, after all, indicates the brave warriors in the contemporary Scotland. Isn't it? And save his good broadsword, he weapons had none. He weapons had none. You will wonder the language, right? The language is not a constraint for a poem, right? The poet can use any type of language. The grammar rules are not taken into consideration. So here he has brought his only battle sword. What is that? Broadsword means a double-edged blade, having a double-edged blade. Both side it will be a double-edged blade. You might be knowing the sword having the double-edged blade. So he has brought only his one sword and no other weapons with him, and there is his strong horse is there to support him. Where is he going? He is going to not to attend the wedding ceremony of his beloved, but to win her, to take her away with him. He is proceeding towards the function or the England, you can say, Netherby Gate. Netherby Hall is a very huge hall in England where the king's weddings take place, or the weddings of the noblemen, royal people take place there in the Netherby Hall. Children, listen carefully what I am telling you. Right? Many students demand notes because they are not watching the videos. You watch the videos very carefully, you will get the answer for your all questions. Right? And what did he bring with him? He has brought a double-edged sword with him, and he had no weapons. Weapons had none means he did not bring any other weapon with him. Generally the warrior brings so many weapons with him, but he had brought only his broadsword. Right? He rode, R-O-D, rode means rides, past tense, riding the horse. He rode all unarmed. Armed means with weapons and unarmed means without weapons. And he rode all alone. He did not take any attendant with him. He did not take any support with him. He is all alone because he is very daring. He did not care for his life. If once he decides he is ready to die, And such brave people were there. At the cost of their lives, they used to win the wars, they used to win their brides, you can say. So all he rode alone, he's riding the horse all alone without any weapons, and he's riding all alone. So faithful in love and so dauntless in war. He is faithful in war. Sorry, he is faithful in love, and he is dauntless, he is fearless. Right? He is fearless in the war and is very faithful in love. Children, these type of warriors, they are very, very faithful in their love. Once they commit, they will keep their promises, isn't it? They will keep their promises. And he is very faithful in love, and he is very fearless in war. He is such a great soldier that he makes his enemy shiver with fear. He is very fearless. Huh? Like Bahubali, right? You might have watched the movie Bahubali, right? You have seen the character of Bahubali is very dauntless, very fearless. He is not afraid of anybody. I'm just giving the example for your understanding, right? So, he is very fearless and he is very faithful. He has great qualities of faithfulness and fearlessness. There never was knight like the young Lochinwara, and the poet says that there had never been a warrior. Knight means a warrior, right? There had never been a warrior like young Lochinwar, because he was matchless, he was very unique, he was the only soldier, brave soldier to be found in Scotland in those days, right? So he was most powerful, he was most faithful, he was most, you can say, fearless than any other soldier, than any other knight. He stayed not for break. Stayed means stopped. He did not stop for any break, any obstacle. And he stopped not for stones. He swam the Iski river where ford there was none. Ford means a shallow passage for crossing the river. Children, try to understand, these are the obstacles. When he is proceeding towards his beloved, there are so many obstacles. His way is not easy. So what are the obstacles? There are stones are there on the way. There is a Iski river. Children, I'll tell you about the river Iski. What is the river Iski? Iski is a river in the Scotland, you can say. It's a very deep river, you can say. It's a very difficult to swim that river or cross that river, Iski river, right? So, and what is ford? Ford means shallow point in the river to cross the river by walking. Children, on his way there are thorns, on his way there are stones, but he did not stop. There are so many obstacles on his way. He had to travel through the jungles, through the rivers. He has to swim the river where there was no point for walking or crossing by walking. Means it is very deep. But he alighted. Means earlier, however you can say. He alighted means he got down, right? At Netherby Gate. Netherby is north of England, you can say. Netherby is what is Netherby? It's a Netherby Hall is in the north of England. It's a big hall, I told you, where marriages of noblemen are taking place. So where did he going now? He is going to the Netherby Gate of that hall. Netherby is the name of the hall in England, North England. And he got down off his horse and he started walking towards the gate with his sword. He is very brave. Children, just imagine, he crossed the river, he swam the river. Swimming the river, Iski river, is not everyone's cup of tea, but he is very faithful in his love, that he is ready to accept any challenge, he is ready to do anything for his beloved. So he swam the river. It was very risky for his life. He traveled through the stones, through the thorns, through the forest, you can say, and he did not give up. He came closer to the gate. Just imagine, just try to visualize, just try to think. Just try to see the picture of, if you are able to see the picture of that Lochinwar, then I will feel that you are able to understand the poem well. Because visualization is very important, children. You must start visualizing, you must start daydreaming about Lochinwar. The picture of Lochinwar must come in front of you, then you will understand the poem very clearly, what I always believed. I will not take more stanzas in one session. I will rather take two to three stanzas in one session. He stayed for none, right? He did not stop for any obstacle. No obstacle, no hindrances could stop him from his mission. What was his mission? His mission was to go to the Netherby Hall and win his beloved by love. He did not want to win her by force. Otherwise, he would have attacked them. Otherwise, he would have attacked her father's kingdom, and he would have captured her as a prisoner, and he would have married her. It was possible for him, but he came alone. He wanted to win her by love, and he wanted to take her. He wanted to win her heart, right? Not by force. You cannot win the people by force, but you can win them by love. That is the message this poem gives us. Children, the bride had consented. Children, consented means given her permission. In many of the religions, the bride's permission is required before marriage, right? Bride's permission is taken, not in religions, but in many of the communities, I want to tell. The gallant came late. This brave soldier, Lochinwar, had come late. He had made late actually. But thanks God, still the marriage has not taken place. She has given her permission. Maybe because of the external force, maybe because of the father's force, right? Because girls many a times, they are very helpless, right? Even though they love someone, they are unable to marry that person because they care for the prestige of their father. They care for the prestige of their the society. Values are there. They care for the values of the society, and it is always, not good to break the heart of the parents, right? Because they have they are the people who are after God. They grow us, isn't it? So children, we must not break the faith of our parents. That is the message also we should learn from this poem, I am sure, right? The bride and bridegroom are the two words. Bride means the girl who is going to marry, and bridegroom means, or only groom word also is used. Groom, not broom. Broom is not used. Groom means the boy who is going to marry, right? After marriage they become husband and wife, but before that they are bride and groom. So the bride had consented. Consented means, write down, given permission for the marriage. The gallant came late. Who is the gallant? Gallant means brave, valiant, right? Brave soldier Lochinwar came little late. For a laggard in love and a dastard in war. This is described for the bridegroom, not Lochinwar. Try to understand. Lochinwar is not her bridegroom. Who is bridegroom? Bridegroom means the boy, the soldier, the king who is going to marry her is different, right? So he is laggard in love. Laggard means very weak in love, very lagging behind in love. He doesn't know what is love at all. And a dastard in war. Dastard means a coward. Coward means opposite of brave. Coward means very fearful person who is afraid of war. He is not a brave like Lochinwar, but still she is ready to marry him. What is the reason? What may be the reason why she is ready to marry such a person who is not good in love, who is not faithful in love, who is not strong in love, who is neither strong nor a brave person, right? I told you, maybe the force. She is marrying him because of the against her will, right? So he is dastard in war. Dastard means coward. C-O-W-A-R-D. Coward is opposite of brave. Write down. And laggard means weak, lagging behind in love. Was to wed the fair Ellen of Ellen is the name of Lochinvar's beloved. B-E-L-O-V-E-D. Beloved means lover, you can say, right? Lover is actually different one. Lover is used for a boy and beloved is used for girl. Beloved, not beloved. Beloved, B-E-L-O-V-E-D. So, wed, W-E-D, wed means marry. Who was going to marry fair Ellen? Ellen is very beautiful. She is very young and beautiful. She is of brave Lochinvar. Actually, she belongs to Lochinvar. She is a lover of she is a beloved of Lochinvar. But she is going to marry the coward person, a laggard in love. But she is after all Lochinvar's beloved, right? And who is a perfect match for her? Actually, Lochinvar is the perfect match for her, right? So children, after reading both the stanzas, what are the rhyming words you came to know? Waste, based, none, alone, war, Lochinvar, stone, none, gate, late, war, Lochinvar. Write down all the rhyming words. Write down all the difficult words in your notebook. And in these two stanzas, what qualities of Lochinvar did you study? Lochinvar is a very brave soldier who is very faithful, who is man of his words. He keeps his promises. He might have given a promise to his beloved that one day he will come. And his beloved Ellen, Ellen is the name of his beloved, she waited for him for a long time and she might have thought that Lochinvar would not come, so she gave her permission to get married with another person. And then all of a sudden he comes there. His entry is really surprising for everyone because nobody thought that Lochinvar would come in such a way and interrupt in the marriage wedding ceremony. Actually, because king's wedding ceremony is full of prestige for the king, right? And anybody alien means the foreigner, right? Foreign king comes there and disrupts them is very difficult for them. Let us see the next part of the story in the next session and read the poem. Write it down in your notebook and write all the new words, right? Thank you and have a good day.